So, as any other human being, I start my day by waking up. Unfortunately, this a lot of times has to be in a pretty precisely given time frame, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I suck at waking up. Basically, the only thing I do is that once I'm half woken up, I just dismiss the alarm clock and I go back to sleep. And to change this approach, I went to search for some new device that could actually always make me wake up. And man was I disappointed that in year 2020 there is nothing such as attaching a taser or a high pressure water stream to your alarm clock. However, I realized there's one even more annoying thing, and that is when your parents blast into your room, they turn on the lights, remove the blinds from the windows, and they act like it's not 7 o'clock in the morning. And that's what I'm gonna build upon today. In other words, I will try to build an alarm as annoying as possible to make sure that I will never oversleep again. To show the time and easily control the whole system, I've decided to use a touchscreen. However, since this one doesn't have any connection to the outside world, I will also connect a Wi-Fi module to it. Even though the touchscreen would work as it is right now, I've decided to craft a little case for it just to make it a bit cooler. And it didn't take a lot of time at the end, so I think it was quite worth it. Basically, I just grabbed a saw, a couple other tools, I cut some pieces of wood, then I ensured there were no sharp edges, then I painted it black, waited a while for the paint to dry, and then just glued it together. And you can see the result now. I immediately started fitting the screen in, and also on the side I left some space for just a simple on-off switch, and since the electronics went there quite perfectly, I moved on to programming. What I absolutely love about these next-gen touchscreen displays is the fact that you just connect it via USB and you can directly start designing and programming, and then you can just hit upload and it gets to the touchscreen basically in like 30 seconds. It's really intuitive. I love it. And also, whoa! Oh, you see? It's perfect. Now, since we're moving on to the electricity slash lights section, we want to make sure we're gonna survive this, and we always want to make sure there is no electricity in it. I've got like a tester thing, and if I'm gonna stick it right there, it tells us there is electricity. And since it should be switched off right now, I'm gonna try once again, and yeah, there's literally nothing right there, so we're safe to go. Yeah, so right now I'm just gonna use like a smaller screwdriver and I'm gonna try to remove the cover. Also, my room's been like a perfect one for this, since under here there's a second light switch that basically remained unused, and that's a perfect spot for installing a relay. So I did what I actually said, and look at this. There's like a relay module that I've bought. It's been relatively cheap. You can get it on eBay or AliExpress, whatever, and that's just perfect. The screws are actually tied in place to make sure it's gonna, actually hold. And so I started putting the cover back on. As you can see, I've also drilled a hole for the cables there, and once I've tightened the screws, I made sure everything is secure and in place. Yeah, right. And it was the time to try it out. It's just, oh yeah, it's there. To control the relay, we're gonna use this simple small board. Now let's just try connecting it to the relay itself. The yellow was for the data power, hopefully. The ground. Oh, it has already done something. That's amazing, guys. That's amazing. So I've got my phone here. So I'm gonna just go and type in the address of it, and we should get, oh yes, guys. So this is the control panel. And it doesn't work. It just told me to fuck off. Why? So apparently there was a typo in the code. But right now we're back, and do you hear it? Yes. It's fantastic, right? That's like 5% of the whole project. Oh, and once my parents are gonna come into the room, they're definitely not gonna be scared of a cord just going from the computer into the power socket directly. Yeah, that looks fantastic. I love it. So the third part are the curtains. Now you may have something similar to this at your home as well, and it works as simple as this. Yeah. So I thought about installing a wheel somewhere around here with a motor attached to it. It could be possible to actually move with it. I don't know. Now you may have a few questions. For example, what am I doing with my life? And I don't know the answer to that. However, I know the answer to what am I actually going to get it to spin with? And the solution is right here. Is this. Yeah, it just fell on the ground. Don't mind it. Anyway, this is a building system that I played with when I was little. There's this. This thing is a motor and it's pretty powerful, but it needed a controller. And when I was playing with it one day, I just kind of shortcutted it, I guess. Just the controller stopped working. However, I think the motor should still be in perfect condition. And I've also got this. This is an old USB charger, and some time ago it just kind of broke, but this part should still be perfectly functional. So here goes nothing, I guess. So it took me 2 days, but I came up with this. Now there's the same motor, there's some gears, and yes, this wheel took me like 3 hours to make, and it was painful. But it somehow works, I guess. Guys, it's seriously done. Now this wheel is attached to the string. I haven't really changed anything. I just placed an old battery here because it's really heavy and it will hold this whole thing in place. And let's just try it. I'm not gonna say anything else. Let's just try it. As you may have seen, it's not perfect. It barely has the actual power to, move this up. Some of the wheels are still like half slipping, half actually working, even though I've applied super glue to this. So I guess I'll need more glue. But okay, it's not reliable, but it somehow is able to move it, I guess. So I'm just gonna put some electronics here. And that's all. So I think I finished. I've got the touchscreen with a really simple interface. Basically, you just select the time for your alarm. There's a Wi-Fi module which downloads the time and sends it to the touchscreen. There's also an MP3 player, and all the MP3 files are stored on this card. It plays this music via the speaker, which I've just stolen from an old stereo, but the quality is good enough. And that's it, we can just put the whole system together and test it out. Do you want to replace your old, boring, normie alarm clock? Well, then you found the right product.
Look, I don't want to imply anything, but I suggest waking up, as it's morning already. The time you wanted to wake up at just came. Well, it seems like you still didn't do what I said. Let's try letting a bit of sunlight into the room. help either. I'm about to shine the hell out of you in 3, 2, 1. I'm very sorry that all of your past actions have led to this very moment. Engage the fire alarm. Haha, I'm afraid this is not the right snooze button. Now get the hell out of this room. Go, go.
And this is the end of the video. If you liked it, please consider giving a thumbs up or subscribing to the channel, as more videos are coming up pretty soon. And until then, bye guys!